What's good, y'all? It's the one and only King Cow 516 live in the mix, and this is the Swiss Flames podcast. Be sure to check us out on our website, www.swissflames.com. Hit us up on Twitter at Swiss Flames and check out the Facebook, YouTube pages at Swiss Flames Podcast. So back in the NBA offseason, we had a little Cold War going on in free agency between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. And that Cold War was to win the services of one Patty Mills. So as time progressed in free agency, quickly, the Brooklyn Nets were able to win this war and pick up Patty Mills, who's a solid veteran. He's played basically a guy coming off the bench to give microwave scoring to a team. And he played his whole career as a San Antonio Spur. And we know the Spurs system is the Spurs system. It's not really a fast system. It's like, slow, very methodical, very precise in the way Greg Popovich coaches. And so Patty Mills, if you look at his career, he's been in the league since 2009. Basically, he's, if we round up, he's basically a 9-point per game scorer for his career. His best scoring season was in 2019, where he averaged 11.6. So we could basically say he averaged 12 points. But I'm here to tell you that Patty Mills this year will average the most points of his career as a Brooklyn Net. The Patty Mills we're going to get this season is going to be more like the Patty Mills we saw for Team Australia this past off season. And because of that, Patty Mills' role, whatever the Brooklyn Nets told him in the summer, is even more crucial than whatever they told him in the summer because of the whole way this Kyrie Irving situation has played out. And since Kyrie Irving will be out indefinitely, this is going to be a year where Patty Mills is probably going to have the greatest stat line of his career in his whole NBA career. All right. And so if you think about it, the Brooklyn Nets are a fast-paced team. They move the ball around. You're going to get a lot of shots up with the Brooklyn Nets, especially if you're a shooter. Their offense is going to allow you to get a lot of shots up. And because Kyrie Irving is not there to eat up some of those shots, a guy like Patty Mills is going to benefit off of it. And my guess is the Brooklyn Nets will keep Patty Mills as kind of like the six-man role. And I don't think they're going to insert him in the starting lineup because right now, if you look at their bench, Patty Mills is the best scorer coming off the bench. You know what I mean? As far as shooting and being able to put some points on that board, right now, to me, I put him over LaMarcus Aldridge. I put him over Paul Millsap and anybody else they got coming off the bench. So I believe right now in this role, Patty Mills will be the leading scorer off the bench for the Brooklyn Nets. And I think right now, the way their bench looks, they need that scoring off the bench. So I think for them, for the best thing for their team, you know what I mean? I think keeping Patty Mills on the bench is the best role for him on the team just because of the fact of his scoring capabilities. And so the only way I would see the Brooklyn Nets even changing that is if something bad happens, like maybe James Harden goes down, in that starting lineup. Then you might see something like that, a switch. But I think him in that bench role, don't get me wrong, in the opening night, Patty Mills went 7 for 7 for 3-point range, and he's averaging 21 points per game right now. But, that's not sustainable, averaging 7 for 7 on threes. So with that said, we'll probably see what's going to go on. We'll probably see what's going to happen. But my guess would be if his career year was about 12 points a game, I think Patty Mills is going to end up somewhere between 15 to 20 points per game this season. And I think he can do that easily in the net system. We got to always remember sometimes where you're playing and how they play is and what role you're asked to do will affect your numbers. And so in San Antonio, they never really pushed Patty Mills to be fully what he can be. Patty Mills, if he's given the green light, can average a whole lot of points because he shoots the ball at a high clip, right? He's just never been on a team that asked him to do that to that level, right? You got to remember in his career, he's playing behind the greats of like Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. He played, behind those guys for years and years and years in San Antonio. So you can only imagine. And then remember, you have Tim Duncan as the leader. And remember that Kawhi comes and steps up as, this phenomenal player. So, you can get lost in that group. And then now, as the Spurs are transitioning, you got the likes of, DeJounte Murray and them boys now that he's playing behind. You understand what I'm saying? Because now the Spurs had this little struggle where they're trying to get younger, with all those guys retiring. So I don't think Patty Mills' scoring average is an indictment of how good he is. I think he's better than his scoring average is. And I think him playing for Team Australia this offseason kind of showed you that if he's put in the forefront as leader, he can, and he's more than capable of carrying that load, because he sure as hell carried that load, for Team Australia this year. So this is a huge pickup for the Brooklyn Nets. Patty Mills is going to do right by the Brooklyn Nets. This is one of those pickups that if you're a Laker fan, you kind of wish that your team did get Patty Mills, because, you could use that kind of shooting with LeBron and AD right now. But right now, like I said, Patty Mills' role for the Brooklyn Nets is going to be more crucial, and you best to believe it. The Brooklyn Nets realize that until Kyrie Irving comes back, they're going to ask more and more of Patty Mills to put up some points on that board. So I'm pretty sure he has the ultimate green light, and I'm all for it, because Patty Mills is an exciting player to watch, just his whole game. And so that leadership he's going to bring, which I think is underrated, and also, his ability to try to get some other people involved to a certain degree, I think he's going to be a big, crucial component, and I think he is the best addition to the Brooklyn Nets this past offseason. Anyhow, let me know what you think about Patty Mills and what I said. Do you agree with me that his role is going to be needed to increase? His production is going to be increased, and do you agree with me that he's going to have the best scoring average of his career this coming season? Let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate you guys' support. It's your boy King Cal 516 signing off. This has been the Switch Flame Podcast.